Hey guys, I'm in Osaka staying at an Appa hotel. It's a pretty popular chain here in Japan, and I can actually access everybody's room from this balcony right here. Yeah, that's a thing. I've stayed here for the last 3 days, and before I give my thoughts on the room and the experience and whether it's worth it and all that, let's go back to day one so I can give you a peek at the room itself. Alright, first peek at the room. Let's take a look around. Key goes in here and... oh, this is gonna be a real quick room tour. Look at this! This is like the tiniest room ever. And the TV turns on when you come in. I guess this isn't terrible for 50 bucks a night. I've stayed in worse places. Okay, let's see if we can't box off a tour in, I don't know, 30 seconds. We got this guy hanging out right by the entrance. Got a little fridge, which is off right now and empty. Slippers down there. Hello, mirror. We'll check the bathroom in a second. And this is pretty much the entire room right here. My biggest concern is like if I'm even gonna fit on that bed or not. I guess we'll find out. Got a little workspace here. This barely goes back enough. With, of course, the standard yukata that comes in most Japanese hotels, and it's got a little paper crane. Hi. You got light control right here. Room bracket. Boom, there we go. I have noticed that some of the wallpaper around the edges here is peeling, but if that's the worst problem you have in a hotel, you're still having a pretty good day. Let's check out the washroom. Fairly standard unit bath style washroom. They're all just kind of built in. You shower and bathe right there. Also, in case you didn't know, a lot of Japanese hotels or even businesses just like to fold their toilet paper in a neat little triangle to welcome you. I gotta say, I'm actually impressed with the amenities here. I stayed at the Intercontinental in Times Square a while back, and while the really good rooms had great amenities, the cheap rooms, which were still fairly expensive, had like nothing. So that's not bad for, again, a $50 room. I think that's the whole tour. Check the view. Oh, there we go. I have a balcony. But on the downside, everybody has this balcony. I can literally access any of the other rooms just by going down there, which means they can. I'm gonna keep this window locked and the curtains closed. Feels better. So I guess this is my home base of operations for like the next 3 nights. I guess I'll check back in like 3 days. Cool. Close that window. There we go. So over the last year, I have stayed at a whole bunch of different hotels. I've stayed at nice hotels, which are right by gorgeous beaches, tiny little hotels up in Hokkaido. But coming down to Osaka, I realized I had never booked any of the like chain hotels, like an Appa hotel. For those of you familiar with Japanese business hotels, they're very much like this. They're very plain and simple. Appa hotel really kind of falls into that category. They're like a no frills, super basic hotel. You've seen it for the most part. The room is fairly clean. I had no problems with that. Amenities were great. You can pay like an extra like 13 bucks for breakfast, but there's a convenience store right around the corner. And hello, Japanese convenience stores. My biggest issue more than anything came in when it came to the security of the room. And I'm not talking about the balcony access to all the rooms. I think you're gonna find that in a lot of different hotels. The other day when I left the room, I left the key right there in the slot. You're supposed to take it with you, obviously. And when I came back, I needed to get a new key. I talked to them at the front desk, and they're like, you can do so for 1,000 yen. If you find the other key, we'll return your 1,000 yen. But at that time, all they asked me was my room number. I gave them my room number, got out my ID, expecting them to, you know, want to check my ID. And then they're like, oh, so you're Norm? And I'm like, yes, I am. And they're like, okay, here's your new card. And while the argument probably can be made that I'm not Japanese and there's probably not that many norms staying at this hotel, that still seems like a huge lapse in security. Also, this pillow. I don't even know what this is. This is by far the single least comfortable pillow that I have ever used in my life. Like that, my blanket was thicker than this pillow. That was just a terrible pillow. Just Appa Hotel, if you ever end up watching this, do something about those pillows. That That was garbage. It's also really common in rooms like this to not have that many plugs to plug things in. I think there's like 3 in this room. But a little bit of a hack that I love to share in hotel related videos is there's almost always USB plugs behind the TV. I've got my Wi-Fi and my GoPro charging right now. And I almost forgot to mention they do have a free public bath that any guest in the hotel can use. And they've got a whole bunch of other small amenities. As for my personal verdict on the hotel, it's not terrible. I've stayed in worse places, but again, I've stayed in better places for cheaper. In fact, there was a nice little Airbnb around the corner from here for like $10 less per night. Maybe next time I'll check that out. I've yet to stay at an Airbnb in Japan. Japan had a bit of a regulation issue with Airbnbs for a while, so it became kind of a risky thing to book them. Seems like a lot of that has been sorted out, but the caution remains. And these Appa hotels are everywhere, by the way. Like everywhere. You will find these. They're all over the place. But as I said, there's such a great variety of places to stay in Japan, so in the end the decision is up to you, but now you know what an Appa hotel is like. At the very end of this video, I'm going to link a playlist of short videos just like this designed to give value to your trip in Japan. I think there were a couple bloopers in this video, so I'm gonna roll those and I will see you guys again real soon. Hey guys, I tripped. Not a great start. Literally like the first scene of the video and I almost fall out the window. Alright. Wow, okay, so... Alright, so fun fact about shooting this scene, it turns out that they actually deactivate the other card. And when I left to shoot this scene, I left the real card in here again and actually had to go down and have them reactivate it. It's been a day. Try again.